Okay, so hi guys. So we will be starting, or rather, we will be continuing our lecture on interest, and one of the important concept that people generally do not understand in the interest is installments. So I decided to take up this part in an entire separate video. Okay, so the agenda would be that okay so the agenda for the installment part would be that we will basically be understanding we will be basically understanding that why installments should be given, that what is the advantage, that why people generally break down the amount of the money that they take or they give in terms of the installment. The second concept we will be doing is that we will basically try to prove that how the equal installments are generally calculated. And then we will be doing so basically I'll be giving you a sort of a brahmastra, or a way that in a way that will basically allow you or make you such well versed in the concept of the installment that you won't be doing even a single question incorrect. It is a very standard pattern while dealing with the installment. It is a very standard concept, so I'll be giving you that concept, and surely you'll end up not doing even a single question of installment incorrect. Okay, so let's start with it. So let's start, and let's try and see that why the concept of the installment was introduced. Okay, so suppose that you had a person so you had a person and okay so you had a person and you took, so from this girl you basically took rupees 10,000. You basically took rupees 10,000 as a loan, and this loan you took it for a period of the 3 years at an interest of say 10%. Okay, so after 3 years the amount of the money, so you basically took it for some shop or some other purpose. So after 3 years, so this is a simple interest, that is the uniform form of the interest. So after 3 years you are actually expected to pay 13,000 13,000 to the lady whom you took that money from. Okay, so now the concept of the installment is that rather than giving this amount at a one go, what I will do is that I will basically split it into three equal parts, and I will give you some money. I'll give you that equal proportion of the money at a defined period. For instance, I said that I'll be giving three installments. For example, I'll be giving three installments at the end of every year. So at the end of the first year, I'll give you an installment X. At the end of the second year, I'll give you the installment X, and at the end of the third year, I'll give you the installment X, and this way I will wrap up the entire loan. Okay, so now just focus on the concept. If this was the amount that had to be paid, if this was the is if this was the amount that had to be paid, and if I split it into three equal proportions, so that would basically come out to be, okay, so 12,000 would be 4,000 and 33. Okay, so this would come out to be 4,333.33 rupees. So this is the installment that I am supposed to pay. But no, this is not the actual amount that I would be paying. Now just try to understand that if I am starting up some business and I took a loan for that, and if whether in installments or at a single go, this is the amount this is the amount that has to be paid. Then why won't I pay it? Why won't I pay it after 3 years? Because till because at that time my business would be in full swing. My business would be full swing, and I would be able to afford paying 13,000. So why won't, if the same amount has to be paid, whether in terms of the installment or in terms, or whether at a single go, then I would rather prefer paying it at a one go when my business is in the entire swing. Okay, so why the concept of the installment was preferred? Now there are many reasons, but let's try and see that what could be the reason for the installment. There are two reasons basically. One one for someone who is basically providing you with the money, and the other reason would be for someone who is basically paying that installment. So for someone who is basically providing you with that money, the concept of the installment actually serves the purpose of reliability. Okay. Okay. For example, you took a loan from some bank, or you took that loan from some person, and if he is paying you some amount after every year, then there would always be the reliability, that he would be at least assured that my money will came back from that person. So reliability is the purpose of breaking it down into the installment. Now the second purpose for someone who basically took up that loan is the amount that he will actually pay will always be less than the amount which he was supposed to pay. Okay, so if we break it down into the installments, then he would be paying an amount which would surely be less than this 4333.33. Now why is it so? We will see that. But just remember this, that if it is being broken down into the purpose of the installments, then he will basically end up paying a lesser amount than what he was actually supposed to pay. Okay. Okay. And okay. Just a general fact. Now also it happens. A friend of mine had informed me about that if you basically pay your installments at regular intervals, then someone who basically gave you that loan also provide you with the additional benefits that they will pay one or two installment at their own end. Some banks generally do this. So this is what the concept, or this is why the basically people prefer paying things in the installment, because firstly they won't have to do it at a single go, and the other major reason is that they would basically end up paying a lesser amount if they pay it in the terms of the installment. Okay. Now let's try and see that why is it so that if you break it down into the concept of the installment, then you are supposed to pay a lesser amount. Okay, let's try and see this. Okay, so suppose you basically took up a loan of rupees 10,000. Okay, and you took that for a period of 10 years, and that was simple interested at 10% per annum. Okay, so the amount, okay, just try and see this. So you started from this 10,000. Now after 1 year, you are actually supposed to pay 10,000 plus 10% of 10,000. That is, you are supposed to pay 11,000. Then as it is a simple interest, so after the second year you are basically supposed to pay 12,000. So this here you had an interest. You had basically the interest on the amount of 10,000. Okay. Here, since it was a simple interest, so again you had a simple interest on the 10,000, and that what made the amount, the final amount, to be 12 years. Now let's see. So this was so we had two persons. So the first person did this, and he has to pay 12,000 at the end of the 2 years. Now let's see the second person. Now he took up a loan of 10,000, and after 5 years this actually amounted to 11,000. But he had some amount of good profit, and he said that, okay, I'll pay you 6,000. Or I'll pay you one installment of 6,000 after this. So now this was the amount that was left. The amount that was left was 5,000 that he had to pay. Now, should he, for the next year, should he be charged the interest on the initial amount of the 10,000, or should he be charged the interest on the amount that is left, or he should not be charged interest on the money which he has already paid as an installment. So logically, or the concept of the installment suggests that he would be paying the interest on the remaining amount, which is nothing but 500. Okay, so using this, he basically end up paying 11,500, and the first person ended up paying an amount of rupees 12,000. So I think it is clear that why actually you end up paying a lesser amount when it is about the concept of the installment, because whatever amount you will pay, for example, you were taking it for the 3 years. So you were basically paying the installments for the period of 3 years. So after first year you paid an installment. After first year you paid an installment X. So now you will save an interest on X for 2 years. On X for next 2 years you paid this amount. So you will basically save an interest on that. Then after the end of the second year you basically paid another X amount. So on this X you will save an interest for 2 years, for 1 year, and at the end you saved, and at the end you again paid this X amount. So you will end up saving no interest. So this is actually what you saved paying an installment, and that is why the amount that you are supposed to pay at the end is lesser than what it would have been if there would have been no concept of the installments. I think it is clear now. Okay, so you are basically saving some interest by paying that amount, by paying the amount. Okay, I hope this is clear. Okay, just try to get the concept. So basically installments, we talked about why we need installments, because ultimately we want to pay a lesser amount, and at this someone who is basically paying the money, it ensures the concept of the reliability. Then why we basically understood that why is it happening that we are basically paying a lesser amount when it is in the terms of the installments. Okay, so now what we'll do is okay, see what I can do is that I can directly give you that sort of the brahmastra that will basically make you do every question on the installment correct. But I want you to understand the concept. So we will try to prove that formula. Okay, so from the above you basically got a concept. So if I am paying at the end of the year, or at the end of that period where the installment has to be paid, if I am paying some amount, for instance, if the person 2 was paying an amount of 6,000 after first year, so he was being charged he was being charged an interest on the remaining amount. Okay, chalo. So we'll try to prove the formula, or we'll try to basically derive the formula. Okay, let's try and prove this. Okay, so suppose you basically took rupees 10,000, took rupees 10,000 for a period of 3 years, and at the simple interest of so rate was 10%, and this was simple interest. Okay, this was the time period, and this was the principal. Okay, so if it had to be paid at a one go, then we are clear that it would be 13,000. You got it? No, you got it. So every year we are supposed to pay 10% of 10,000, so that is 1,000. For 3 years it would be 3,000. So 10,000 plus this, so this is the amount that we are actually supposed to pay. Okay, now the other way round. For instance, I want to pay this amount in terms of the installment. So for, let's say this is the first year, so at the end of the first year I will pay an installment X. At the end of the second year I will pay an installment X, and at the end of the third year I will pay an installment X. And this is how the final amount would be recovered. Okay, so let's try and see this. Okay, see, so I am supposed to pay 10,000. Okay, this principal I am actually supposed to pay. So after 1 year went by, the interest charged was 10% of that is 1,000. So for the first year, the interest was actually charged on 10,000. Okay, then but in this year, so the amount basically changed to 11,000. But I ended up paying an installment of X. So basically I paid X amount. So for the second year, the interest, see, since it is simple interest, so the interest would always be calculated. The interest would be calculated over the initial principal. See, if this would have been compound interest, we would have taken 11,000 here. But since it's a compound interest, since it's a simple interest, so we will take 10,000 itself. Now this is like 10,000, but the amount of the money I paid is X. And now the interest would be charged on this. So this would be rate by 100. Okay. So now for the second year, I would be charged an interest on this amount. Okay. Now after the end of the second year, I again paid an installment X. So now for the third year, I would actually be charged an interest. On this amount, that is 10,000 minus 2x. Okay. And what was the amount? And this amount, I am paying this amount, and I am also paying 3 installments, so this amount would be 3x. You got this equation? Okay. So this was actually the amount of the money since we had paid nothing. This was actually the amount of money that we were supposed to pay, that is this 10,000. After first year, we are actually, since we have paid nothing as an installment, so we would be charged an interest on 10,000 itself. Okay. After first year, since we paid X amount, so for the second year we would be charged an interest on 10,000 minus X. Since after second year we paid 2x amount, so we would be charged an interest on 10,000 minus 2x. Okay, so now let's sort it out. Let's basically, ठीक है, and see, since it's a simple interest, so we are basically subtracting this x from the initial principal. If this would have been compound interest, then it would have been the amount. It would have been the amount of the after the first year, and this would have been the amount after the second year. Okay, nothing different. Okay, let's now try and sort it out. So this is like 10,000. Okay, this is like plus 1,000. Okay, and this r was okay. Now let's try and solve this out. Okay, so the r is 10%, so we will get x, that is 1,000, minus x into r upon 100. I'm not keeping 10 over there, okay? Okay, then for this part we will get 1,000, okay, minus x into 2r upon 100. Okay, and this is like 3x. Okay, so you got this. Okay, now this 10,000 plus 1,000 plus 1,000 plus 1,000, so that would be 13,000. 13,000. Okay, now write it like this: minus x into 2r upon 100 minus x into r upon 100 minus x, okay, into minus x into 0 upon 100. Okay, 0 r upon 100. So this is 1 r, this is 0 r. I'm just basically kind of modifying it. You'll get it. Just try and see this. So this 13,000, this is universal. This 13,000 is actually the amount that we are supposed to pay. If there is no concept, if there is no concept of the installment. So we can say it that this is the future value. We can say this is the future value, or we can say this is the future value. Okay, this is the future value, or this is the actual value supposed to pay. We are supposed to pay. Matlab, this is the actual amount that we are actually supposed to pay. Okay, since we are paying installments, so this can be. Okay, now just try and see this. So this is, since after first year we paid rupees x, so we ended up saving an interest. Ended up saving an interest on x for 2 years. Okay, for 2 years, because we paid it at the end of the first year. So for 2 years we won't be charged an interest on that. Okay, since after second year we also paid an amount x, so we actually saved an interest on this x for 1 year. Okay, and then we paid the final installment, and since we paid it at last, so this is the end of the third year. So we interest on x for 0 year because it was paid at last. Okay, and this is what the final installment is. Okay, so you should always, so and this is what this can be broken down as: installment 1 plus installment 2 plus installment 3. This can be broken down as this. Okay, so just try and see this. So always. Okay, so we can basically write it as final value is equal to x plus interest saved for 2 years, okay, x plus interest saved for 1 year plus x plus interest saved for 0 year. ठीक है, 0 year. And this is what the Brahmastra formula looks like. The Brahmastra formula looks like. Okay, this is what the Brahmastra formula looks like. I hope this is clear. We have basically gone step by step, and now I will give you that Brahmastra. You can have a look. Okay, so we what we did is final value. So we were supposed to pay 13,000. But since we paid X amount after first year, so for the rest 2 years, we ended up saving an interest on amount X for the remaining 2 years. Now after second year, I paid again rupees X. So I ended up saving an interest on that X for 1 year. Now after third year, I just paid an amount X, but I could not save any interest because there was no time period. Okay. Now comes the Brahmastra. Okay. So now we are in a position to discuss the Brahmastra. Okay. You can see if you didn't get it, but I believe that you should have got it. But in case you didn't get it. So there is nothing to worry. You can see the video again. Okay, you can see the video again, or I'll give you this Brahmastra. So question wise you will be able to get it. Okay. So let's see what the Brahmastra is. Okay. For every question of installment, the first thing that I will observe is that whether the amount is simple interest or compound interest. Okay, whether the installments are compounded or whether they are in the form of the simple interest. For example, they are giving you the principal and they are saying that this is 10% simple interest. So for every question, just see whether it is a simple interest or whether it is a compound interest. Okay. In case nothing is given, just assume it to be the simple interest. Okay. Second point will be whether it is a pre-year installment, pre-year or post-year. Pre-year means that, for instance, you took a loan for 2 years. So whether you are giving the installment at the start of every year or whether you are giving the installment at the end of the year. Okay, at the end of the year, this will also have a very good significance. So these are two things that we have to observe, that whether it is in the form of the simple interest or the compound interest, and whether the installments are giving at, for instance if you are giving installments in monthly, so also remember that whether you are giving those installments at the start of the month or at the end of the month. Okay, so rather than pre-year, so this would be pre-period. So if whether you are giving at the start of the year or at the start of the period, or you are giving at the end of the period. Okay, so just see this. So this is like 10,000, same amount we are taking. So 10,000, interest is of 10%, and you took that for 2 years. Okay, you took it for 2 years. Okay, and you will pay it in 2 installments. Okay, so from the formula, just try. Okay, from the formula that we derived, just write the final value or the actual value or the actual value. Say this is simple interest, okay? The final value or the actual value that we are supposed to pay. This would be standard for everything. This would be standard for everything, okay? So the final value would be, so 10,000 plus, so over this 10,000 you will be basically computing rate of 10% for 2 years. So this is the actual value that you are supposed to pay. Okay, so now they are saying this is simple interest, and you are paying at the end of the year. Okay, so just write it. So you basically paid at the end of the first year, you paid X, okay? And what is the amount of the interest you saved on this X? Because you are paying it at the end of the first year, so you will basically save an interest for 1 year. So this would be like X plus X into 10 upon 100 and into 1. So basically I saved an interest on this amount for 1 year. Okay, then I paid at the end of the second year, I paid another installment. And how much interest did I saved on that? Since there was no year left, so this was 100. Okay, so this was 0, and this will give you your equal monthly installment. Now suppose you are giving it at the start of the year. You got the point. Since you are paying it at the end of the first year, so for the last year, for the second year, you basically ended up saving an interest. Now on this amount, because you paid it at the end of the year and there was no time period left on which the interest could be saved, so this was 0. Now you will get it from this point. Now see if it is the start of the year. Okay, so the final value will always remain same. So this is like 10,000 into 10 into 2 upon 100. Okay, so at the start of the first year you paid an amount X, and what is the amount of the interest you saved? You basically ended up saving an interest for 2 years, because you paid it at the start of the second year, at the start of the year. So basically you saved an interest for the entire 2 years. Then you paid an installment at the start of the second year. So you will basically end up saving an interest on that X for 1 year. Okay, I think you got the difference, because you were paying it at the start of the second year, so for that entire year you won't be charged an interest on that. Okay, and then for the compound interest, so compound interest is nothing big. So this would basically be replaced by the amount of this. So this would be like 100 upon square. Okay, and this would be replaced by the, okay, so we are talking about the start of the year. Okay, so we will basically now see, we are talking about this. So now we will basically compute the compound interest. We will basically compute the compound interest. Since we are paying X amount, since we are paying X plus, since we are paying rupees X, and also saving a compound interest on that X for 1 year. So we will write that the compound interest would be X 1 plus R upon 100 is का time period 1 plus. Now since we are paying at the end of the second year at this, so this would be 1 plus R upon 100. This is 0. Nothing has been saved. Now in the similar lines, if we are paying it, see, this is not the start of the year, this is the end of the year. Now if we are paying at the start of the year, so this would be, you should be able to get it now. This is 10 by 1000 iska whole square. This is like X. Since we are paying at the end, so how much compound interest we can save? We can save it for 2 years. We can save it for 1 plus R upon 100 iski power 1. and this is the way we can calculate the equal monthly installment. So this is the standard way. Just try and see कि whether it is compound interest or simple interest, whether it is pre-year or post-year. If it is pre-year, start with the start from the, ठीक है, straight away start from the number of the years that you had given it for. For instance, you give it for 3 years, so you will start from 3, 2, 1. If you are paying it at the end of the post year, so you will start from 2, 1, 0. Okay, but this is the standard formula, and now you will be able to do each and every question based on that. Okay, so let's try and see some questions. I have already covered that. I have already covered the question, but we can say this. Okay, we can save this. Okay, let's try and see this questions. Okay, let's try and see some questions. And see we are able to solve it or not. Okay, first question. Rajiv lent out 9 to Anni on the condition that the amount is payable in 10 months by 10 equal installments of rupee 1 each. Okay, payable at the start of every month. Okay, so at the start of the every month, so he will be paying it at the start of every month. Okay, what is the rate of the interest per annum if the first installment has to be paid 1 month from the date? Okay, from the date of the loan is availed. Okay, so now the important point is that to be paid 1 month from the day. See, if he has to pay, okay, you have to pay 10 installments. Okay, you have to give 10 installments. But for the first month you are relaxed. For the first month he said that okay, don't pay for this month, pay for the other months. Okay, so let's try and see this. Okay, so Rajiv lent out 9. Okay, so so this would be the final. This would be this. Okay, this would be okay. Now we will see this. So final value, what would it be? The final value, let's take it to be the simple interest. So 9 plus 9, so this is the principal. Now the rate is, now this is what we are supposed to find. So this is like R upon 100, and we are, okay, so this is per annum. What is the rate of the interest per annum? Okay, per annum, and we are actually computing it. The amount is payable in 10 months by 10. Okay, so this will be like 10 by 12. Okay, now let's talk about the first installment. So first installment, say X. So first installment he paid X, and he basically paid it at the start of the month. But did he paid that installment? Did he paid the installment of the at the start of the first month? No, because he had to pay it. He had to pay it for 10 months. For instance, he started from Jan and he had to. Pay till October. Okay, but January he didn't pay it because he has to pay 1 month after. So at the start of the Feb, he basically paid that amount. So the amount of the interest that he saved. It is said at the start of every month. So this seems to be a question. This seems to be a question of pre-installment. Okay, so we should have started from like 10, 9, 8 and so till 1. Okay, this would have been like 10 installments. But the catch over here is that he is saying that he has nothing to be paid 1 month. So basically he is not paying at the start of the month. So it is like a post question itself. So we will be starting from 9 itself. 9. Because now he ended up saving an interest for Feb, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October. So he basically ended up saving an interest of this for this. Okay. So this is like 9 by 12 upon r by 100. Similarly, he for the next installment that he paid at the start of the March. So he basically ended up saving an interest for this. And in the similar manner, okay, x plus, okay, so this would be like 10 times x plus x into r into 12 upon 100. Sorry, okay, just try and see this. X into r, this is common, upon 12 upon 100, and this would be like 9 plus 8 plus up till 0 tak. Okay, and this would be like 10x plus x into r upon 12 into 100, and this would be like n plus 1 by 2, so this will be like 10 into 9 by 2. Okay, and this is like 9 plus, okay, so 9 into r upon 1200 into 10. Okay, now let's replace the value. Now let's replace the value of x. So this is 10, and this is like, okay, so this is like, okay, so this is like, okay, this is like 5, so this is like 45 r upon 1200, and this is like 9, and this is like 90 r upon 1200. So this will come out to be key 45 r upon 1200 is equal to 1, and r is nothing but 1200 by 45. Okay, so you can compute this, and you will be able to get the answer. Okay, okay, so this would be, okay, 4590, okay, so this will be like 2, okay, then 30 300, okay, so you'll be getting something like 26.66%. okay, so this is the amount of the interest, that is the amount of the interest that is being charged. Okay, just don't confuse, because they are saying at the start of every month. So if this would have been enough, so we would have like started with 10, 9, 8 and such manner, but they are saying that the first installment has to be paid 1 month from the date. So this is actually a disguise. This seemed to be a question of pre-year, but it was actually the question of the post one. Okay, second question, things will be more clear. Okay, things will be more clear from the second part. Okay, so I'll not solve them out. Okay, so let's try and see this. This is that is very easy peasy. Okay, this is very easy. Okay, so let's try and see this. So I have mentioned the answers for that as well. Okay, what annual installment will discharge a loan of rupees 66,000 due in 3 years at 10% compound interest? Okay, now one important thing is even when I solved it, I also missed it, that they are actually saying, see this, they are actually saying end of the year at simple interest. Okay, what they are saying is, what annual installment will discharge a loan of 66,000 due in 3 years. So this is due, this is not the principal, I basically took it as a principal, then I computed the initial value. This is actually the final amount, or this is actually the final value, and this is like 3 years at 10% compound interest. वो कह रहा है, now for this he is saying end of the year. Okay, so just try and see this. So final value is equal to what we will be writing over here. Okay, just let me increase the brightness first. Okay, so final value, now the final value, okay, he is saying it is the compound interest. Okay, now we need not compute the final value, we need not compute. Basically some principle would have been there, and then we would have computed like 10 upon 100 to the power 3. Now this is given directly, that this is 66,000. Okay, now since I am paying at the end of the year, okay, So basically, I paid the first installment after the end of the first year. After the end of the first year, so the amount of the interest. So the amount of the interest that I saved, the amount of the interest that I saved on that was for 2 years. Okay, so this is the first installment. Now second installment I paid at the end of the at the end of the third year, at the end of the second year. So the amount of the interest that I saved, the amount of the interest along with the installment that I saved was 1. So this is a standard question, end of the year, that is post year. So since it is 3 installments, so we will 210. So this is like x, and this is like 1 plus 10 upon 100 to the power 0. Now this is like 66,000, and this will come out to be x. Okay, so this is like 1.1 ka whole square. So this is nothing but 121 it is now. 11 ka cube is 121. So this is 1.21. This is nothing but 11. So this is like 1.1. This is nothing but 1. So this is like x is equals to okay. So this is like okay 3.31. And now the x will come out to be 66,000 divided by 3.31 something. So this will come out to be 19,930. Okay, now you can also see this. The amount you were actually supposed to pay is 66,000, but if you pay it in the terms of the installment, so it will be an amount even less than 60,000. Okay, so that is what the beauty of the installment is. Okay, now okay, so see you, so you basically say you basically paid 90,000. Okay, then let's look at the another question. Let's look the extended part of that. Let's okay, let's try and see this. Okay, so 19,330. Okay, let's see the extended part of that. Okay, now we basically paid it at the start of the year. Now since we paid it at the start of the year, so for the first installment we end up saving an interest for 3 years. For the second installment we ended up saving an interest on for 2 years. For the final installment we basically ended up saving an interest for 1 year. And now this will come out to be okay, 111 cube is 1331. So this is 1.331, and this is 121, and this is like 1.1. okay, now x, so this will come out to be okay, let's just try and see this. Okay, so okay, let's try and see this. Okay, so this is like 1031, so this is like 41. Then this is like okay 326, so this is 6, this is like 3.641. and now x will come out to be something like 18131, which is very obvious, because if you are paying it at the start of the year, so you will have to pay a lesser amount, because you are saving an interest for an extra 1 year, because for here you will save an interest on this amount for 3 years. For here you will save an interest on this amount for an extra 1 year, and for here you will save an amount of extra 1 year. So that is why since you are basically saving more interest, so you will end up paying a smaller installment. Okay, on the similar lines, let's try and see this now. On the similar lines, okay, just we'll make changes to this only. We will make changes to this only to basically show you that how standard the formula is. Okay, so now let's try and see this. So the final amount, now we are talking about the simple interest, and it is like end of the year. Okay, so this is like x into, since we paid it at the end of the first year, so you will basically okay, just try and see this. Okay, so you will basically save. So this is like x plus the interest saved on this in terms of the simple interest. In terms of the simple interest, 10 upon 100. So basically I ended up. Okay, just let me do it straight. Okay. So for this, since I paid it at the end of the year, so this will be like, okay, I paid X and I basically saved an interest. I basically saved an interest of 10% on this for 2 years. Then I basically paid an X, and the installment that I paid at the end of the second year. So basically I basically saved an interest on this X for 1 year, and for the other one I basically saved an interest of 10% for 0 year. Okay, and this is like 66,000. Now this is like 3x. Okay, 3x plus 20, so this is like 30x. So this is like 30x upon 100. So this will be like this, and this would be something like 33. This would be like 33x upon 10 is equals to 66,000, and this is nothing but 2000, and x is nothing but 220,000. So you will actually be allowed, you will actually be made to pay 20,000 as an installment. See how standard, since it was at the end of the year, so we started with 2, 1, and we started with 0. Okay, in the similar manner, okay, I was not supposed to do this, but if it is simple interest, at the start of the year, so we will just do 66,000 is equals to x plus x into, this is like 10 upon 100 into 3, because I am saving the interest for 3 years. Now this is like on the second installment which I paid at the start of the second year. So I'm basically saving 10 upon 100 into 2 plus x into 10 upon 100 into 1. This is how simple it would be. And obviously, since I am paying it at the start of the year, so I will try to save more interest, and lesser would be the amount of the installment that I am supposed to pay. So these are just the standard questions. So always remember this, that for any installment questions, just follow this thing. Okay, just follow the golden rule. So I think erased it. No, this is, so just follow the standard rule. So always compute the final value, and on the RHS, just try and see that whether it is the simple interest or it is the compound interest, whether it is the installment being given at the start of the period or at the end of the period. If it is at the start of the month, then continue it like this. If it is like for 4 years, 4, 3, 2, 1. If it is like the post period or at the end of the period, then continue it for if it is for 4 years, so write it like 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay, and this way you'll be able to solve each and every question on the installment. Okay, so this was an important concept that we had to do, and we did a lot on installment, and hopefully that you got it, you got the concept, and you won't do questions wrong. So we basically understood that why installment was needed, what was the benefit of the installment, what was the benefit of the installment, why it was that using installment I had to pay a lesser amount than what I was actually supposed to do. Then we basically proved the Brahmastra, that how the Brahmastra came out. Then we basically learned that what the Brahmastra is, how we need to solve the questions. Then we solve the questions of all the categories. You go through these questions, and using these questions, you don't need anything more than that. Okay, so hopefully you enjoyed the video. And for practice purpose, okay, so for practice purpose, what you can do is okay, so for practice purpose, what you can do is you can basically go LOD 1, LOD1 and examples of Arun Sharma. So that will be for your interest, because it doesn't have much question on the installment part. And for basically questions on the installment, for basically the question on the installments, you can refer YouTube. Any question you take, any question you can take, any question you can take, any question you can take, and you'll be able to solve it. Okay. So yes, uh thank you. Hopefully you had a wonderful session and good amount of learning. And yes, that's it, and let's meet you in the next lecture. Thank you.